Saudi Arabia is making waves with its latest megaproject, the Mukaab. This cube is so big that it could fit 20 Empire State Buildings inside of it. Saudi Arabia has described it as a gateway to another world, with a holographic dome that transports visitors to other planets and magical worlds. This all seems too magical to be real, doesn't it? We're here to uncover the truth, whether this project is just a viral marketing stunt or an actual reality that could join magical worlds. In this video, we'll explore everything we know so far about Saudi Arabia's insane new future project. Now, we all know that Saudi Arabia is a super rich country in the Middle East, known for its vast oil reserves. However, the country wants to become less dependent on oil and shift towards tourism. To achieve this, they've launched a series of massive megaprojects under the slogan Vision 2030. The largest of these projects is NEOM, a $1 trillion megaproject that includes a 170-kilometer-long line city, a floating port city called Octagon, and a massive ski resort in the Arabian Desert called Trojena. NEOM's CEO announced that the city's infrastructure was already 20% complete in January, with images from huge construction sites, including the Line, Octagon, and Trojena. To complement NEOM, Saudi Arabia announced a new project called New Murabba, which will be built in Riyadh, the capital city. The New Murabba project is expected to become the world's largest modern downtown, with more than 80 entertainment venues, several walking trails, and a large museum. At the center of it all will be the colossal Mukaab, which means cube in Arabic. The Mukaab will be the new face of the Riyadh and is inspired by Najdi architecture, a traditional style used by the people of Saudi Arabia for hundreds of years. The cube-shaped building will be 400 meters tall and wide, making it technically a super tall skyscraper. If placed in Dubai, it would be the fourth tallest building. The Mukaab would completely dominate the skyline and could become the largest structure on Earth, easily beating the current record holder, the Boeing Everett factory in Washington. Building simple geometric shapes at an insane scale seems to be a theme for Saudi Arabia's megaprojects after the Line and the Octagon. The Mukaab is expected to be breathtaking, with a beautiful surface that will shine in the sun. It will dwarf other cube-shaped buildings in the world, such as the Berlin Cube, which is only 40 meters tall, and the Mukaab's sheer volume could make it the largest structure on Earth, with the ability to fit almost 5 Boeing Everett factories inside of it. Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 is an ambitious project that aims to transform the country's economy and shift its focus towards tourism. The Mukaab is just one of many megaprojects that the country is undertaking to achieve this goal. While it remains to be seen if the Mukaab will actually be built, it's clear that Saudi Arabia is making huge strides towards transforming its economy and creating a new vision for the future. Setting foot inside the Mukaab cube is meant to feel like entering another world. A colossal dome will tower over its visitors that displays different virtual realities. These holographic images are supposed to make the Mukaab's visitors feel as though they're in a different world. In 1 second, you could be in the bottom of the ocean, while in another moment, you're on the surface of Mars or in a magical fantasy world. It's meant to be an immersive experience unlike anything you've ever seen before. At the center of the dome, there will be a spiral tower, which looks almost like an anthill or brackets of fungus, rising from the floor to the roof. This tower is meant to be a premium destination for tourists all around the world. It will have restaurants, hotel rooms, observation platforms, and cinemas and theaters too. To hold up the cube, there will need to be a robust array of joints and beams. The skyscraper-like towers at each corner of the cube will help with support as well. Is that enough to support the largest roof and garden in the world? Now that, we don't quite know yet. The cube-shaped design is also meant to make the Mukaab more iconic. The Mukaab would give the Riyadh a unique landmark that would make the city instantly recognizable among other big cities in the world. It's like the Eiffel Tower in Paris or the Statue of Liberty in New York. Wherever anyone sees a photo of the cube, they will instantly think of Riyadh. Yet, the shape has drawn a bit of criticism. Some people say that it bears a resemblance to the Kaaba in Mecca, another city in Saudi Arabia. The Kaaba is the most sacred site in Islam. When a Muslim prays anywhere in the world, they make sure to face it. But other people have dismissed the similarity and pointed out that the Kaaba isn't the only cube in the world. When the Berlin Cube was built in Germany, nobody said it resembled the Kaaba. So why should the Mukaab be any different? These people also pointed out that the Saudi crown is Muslim. They wouldn't deliberately build an offensive Kaaba-shaped building, so the similarity is probably a coincidence. In general, the announcement of the Mukaab project has been met with excitement and intrigue. But everyone has the same question: will the Mukaab really be built? Construction hasn't started yet, but in theory, it will begin in the next few months. Saudi Arabia has promised that the project will open to the public in 2030, just like the other Vision 2030 projects, including the Line, the Octagon, and the Trojena. Compared to the Line, this project is probably easier to achieve. Nevertheless, it would pretty much still be the biggest megaproject ever built. That's why its outcome is hard to predict. But what will the space be used for? There are three possible scenarios for the construction of the Mukaab: a cube-shaped building that would serve as a massive hologram entertainment center and tourist attraction in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The first scenario is the most favorable for Saudi Arabia, where construction of the cube will start in the coming months and will be completed by 2030 as planned. If this happens, it will become one of the most visited places on Earth, attracting more and more tourists from all over the world. However, financial experts are already skeptical about the feasibility of the project, as they do not see where Saudi Arabia will find the money to build yet another ambitious megaproject. The finances of the project are not entirely secured, as Dr. Andreas Krieg, an expert in Middle Eastern studies at the King's College London, pointed out. The Public Investment Fund has not disclosed financial details yet, but it has hoped that the foreign investment could rapidly start to rise and reach the $100 billion per year target by 2030, which would help finance projects like the Mukaab. However, this is not guaranteed, as foreign investors may be scared off by the human rights violations committed in the past by Vision 2030, of which Mukaab is a part. Another significant challenge is the technological aspect. The holograms, as described in the announcement, do not exist yet, although some cutting-edge companies have made some significant advancements in recent years. Holograms on the scale of Mukaab's dome are still like science fiction. A similar effect could probably be achieved by using giant LED screens, like the ones being used at the MSG Sphere in Las Vegas. But the Mukaab screen would need to be at least 20 times bigger than the one in the MSG Sphere, making it difficult to know whether it could actually be built. Moreover, the giant lake on the roof of the cube would significantly increase the stress on the structure, so the cube would have to be built extremely sturdy and be completely waterproof. If the lake were to leak, it would have a devastating effect on the expensive technology directly underneath. There is a chance that the Mukaab will never finish due to these challenges. However, there is a third option where the cube could be built one day, but in a downsized, less ambitious form, reducing its size from 400 meters to 200 meters or smaller. But even at 100 meters, it would still be the largest cube-shaped building in the world and an impressive sight to behold. What do you think? Do you think Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 will be successful, or do you think that it will remain just a dream? Tell us more in the comments. If you like this video, then hit the like button to let the algorithm know that it's a great video. And to never miss another video, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon.